Hey, and welcome back to Talos Principle, where we last time got the last red sigil, I'm assuming. Unless I'm terrible at counting, and we will return to the land of faith.
And so it is done. You have overcome each trial that I set before you. You have shown faith and wisdom and perseverance. Therefore I judge you worthy, and I say unto you, come to the gates of eternity, where you shall be granted everlasting life.
Well, Elohim, we kinda talked about this, not to you, but like, in the video series. I'm not that interested in actually checking this place out, but it's interesting that the doors are open now. I do like that. I could, just go there, but I don't like the blinding light. So instead, I'm just gonna ignore that. Oh, the axe is back. Ooh, maybe I should bring that one into my eternal life. No, but seriously. We still have like the ranger puzzle over here. I wanna check out the messenger area. As I mentioned before, I like to go for like a little bit more of a completionist take, I guess. Gonna put you there. Is that a smart idea the way I'm doing it right now? Because I feel like it's not, because I would at least need you here. Huh. I don't think this is going to work the way I am currently building it. I mean, we're getting kind of close. It's kind of sad that it's so close. Yet so far. But yeah, like I'm gonna go for like all of the other challenges before I make my final decision. My thought process is still that I prefer to check out the tower over whatever promises Elohim can give me. But that's just, me. And the way I think about stuff. I'm quite sure that this is also not correct the way I'm doing it right now. Like, we still have like the old rules that I can't put you like at the edge. Like, I can technically put you at the edge, but that's kind of it. This one I can't combine with that one. Then like if I do it like this, I need to put you here, and which breaks this kind of setup, which is like the issue. And this one still doesn't leave us with like 2 squares. So let's reset. Doesn't hurt. As always, we have like a lot of puzzling to do here. But yeah, like I'm too curious about the tower. I also still have not solved a lot of the... I say like a lot, but at least a few of the puzzles that are related to the stars. There are like 2 stars at least that I don't even know where they would be. There might even be more that I can't think of right now. It's a terrible layout. I'm still very impressed at those puzzles here. That feel like something that you would use to like kind of, I guess, entertain a child. Are so hard, and like I don't mean this is like a derogatory way, right? Like there are some, I guess, puzzles in children's puzzle books or whatever you want to call them, like playthings, that are actually a lot harder than they seem originally. But apparently they are only hard as long as I'm complaining about them. But no, like this seems like such a simple concept, but if you really think about it, it's actually really hard to arrange. Kind of reminds me of like the mathematical proof behind like how to put squares into a box. Like how large a box can be, and then if you have like, for example, 16, right? It's like really simple. You have like a 4x4 area of squares. But how do you pack 17 squares into like the smallest area? And that's always really fascinating to look at. In any case, messenger area. Because like that's just such a mess. This reminds me a lot more of the first area again. But it definitely still is different. I'm gonna check out the cliffs. Always the first thought that I have, right? Ah, yes, the lovely music. It's been some time since we last heard that one. I just want to explore. The little waterfall that's coming from nowhere. Okay, we are literally on a floating island. You know what? I do like the floating island aesthetic. But I still don't think I would live here in eternity. Right. Okay, no hidden cave. I am so disappointed. You cannot believe my disappointment. Still can't walk through here. That reminds me, I'm still kind of suspect that... Huh? Monkey in a cage? Is it like an expression that I don't get? It might be. Also infinity as a symbol up there. Also, this doesn't really make sense, like, gravity-wise. How are you swinging like that? Like, you're not connected to anything. I am so confused. But I guess this monkey's just enjoying their swing. Well done. Is monkey in a cage, isn't like there an expression that goes like, oh, this like a monkey in a cage or something like that? I feel like there are like a lot of expressions to describe sitting ducks. So, you know, fish in a barrel, stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like one about a monkey. Anyway, puzzling. Oh, yes. I feel like... Is that not one that we've had before? Feels kind of familiar, but maybe I'm just imagining things at this point. You know, I've made so much progress at this point, everything doesn't fully matter anymore, I guess. Which is why we have like such a simple puzzle. Ooh. And we get a connector. That's the first one. We are probably going to need 2 connectors again. Ooh, we also have like more of those, I guess, little plateaus. Where's the... There's the fortress over there, okay. Do you have like a text there? I saw something in blue, but it might have just been the gate. Wait a second, now that I think about it, isn't that like normally? I'm gonna put you there. Yeah, because I'm gonna need you in a second because you're the connector. Isn't there like normally another text that I've not seen yet? Ooh, this is a... like vastly more complex one. I like the previous one a lot more. Like that. I'm always wondering if there's like a really simple solution that's just like kind of hidden in plain sight for these. Because this is not it. How would I... Like this could fit there, this could fit there, but then I'm still 1 off. Too bad. And the same goes over here. But there's like always one that's just wrong. Alright, let's reset. You know, sometimes you just have to try again. That's all in life. Luckily there's like no real time or anything outside of the fact that I have to come up with like words to say while I'm also thinking about the things to place in front of me. This is, by the way, a terrible idea that I just, I guess, proposed here when it comes to puzzle solving, because we are guaranteed to have like some issues over there. But maybe I can move some stuff around. And we are like basically in the same situation that we were in before. Where I need like an L shape instead. There's probably some mathematical idea behind this, right? That would absolutely make this easy. Like how to combine different pieces. And if I were smart, I would have probably looked this up at some point during my playthrough. But alas, I am not. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. You here? I do have the long pieces, but again, I'm missing an L shape. I am so close, why can't I just, you know, bend it a little bit, you know? Some practical knowledge application here, instead of just, I guess, whatever's happening here. Okay, what else can I put here? Let's try this again. I always like to bring those out first, just because they kind of bother me so much. This one leaves something. Sometimes you just have to see it, right? That one, and now we only... now we have this thing that doesn't help me. Maybe if I put it like that and that. You know, sometimes my genius is unrivaled. Or my luck, one or the other. I would argue luck is part of your genius if you think about it, right? Clearly. Okay, we have like one connector going. We do have a cube over here. Okay, this puzzle is apparently a bit more complex. And there's some listening to do. I'm gonna listen to that while I'm solving one of the puzzles. A hammer?
Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been shaped by life. It's a process that takes millions of years. But we humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human. We reshape the world in our image. It's how we create ourselves and how we destroy ourselves.
So now the question is, okay, like actually two things that I'm thinking about. First of all, this might be a hint at what has happened in the world. So maybe whatever was created, like I'm gonna call it like a virus or something like that, was actually man-made by accident. Probably, I hope by accident, but maybe it was actually like a biological weapon or something like that. You know, that kind of warfare does exist every once in a while, conceptually. Okay, I'm actually missing the fan blades. Would probably be over there, I hope. And the other thing I was thinking about, so this is going like back into like chemistry, and like especially organic chemistry. So back in the past, there was this belief that the human soul was basically necessary to create organic materials, right? And I was thinking about like because like humans shaped so much, right? Which has been a very, I guess, fascinating concept to wrestle with. Because over time, there was like this one chemist who basically figured out to make some organic materials himself, right? Like out of inorganic ones, basically. And this was like something, this is like one of those few lessons of chemistry that I actually really remember. Because our chemistry teacher actually gave us something. It was just like in a bottle, and we were allowed to try that. I didn't try it, but like a few people in class tried it, and just described it as like some weird, like it was like a powder, but it became like some weird gelatinous paste, I guess, in their mouth. And apparently this was I forgot like what the term of it was. I think urea or something like that. Might be like the German term though, where it's basically something that's part of your urine. Which, you know, first of all, the reaction of my classmates was definitely understandably filled with disgust. But if you really think about it, right, like it's just like a material, right? Like what makes this one more disgusting than all of the other ones? Especially if it's like lab made, right? Like it's not like they actually extracted that out of someone's bladder. But yeah, like this was a very big scientific breakthrough because we basically realized that there wasn't something special, right? Like there wasn't like a soul necessary or like whatever you want to call it to actually make, I guess, like the not necessarily a human, but at least like all of the components that are inside of a human. And while this obviously was just like the first step in that way, it's definitely a rather fascinating one that like kind of still like supports like the idea that everything kind of just happened randomly, and while we still don't understand how like consciousness and soul or whatever you want to call it came to be, it is fascinating to see. Oh, also the same pieces. Okay, it is fascinating to see that it's definitely not necessary, right? So yeah, that's definitely like one of those chemistry lessons that's always going to stick in my mind. There are like a few of those. Most of them are like related to experiments. Have I ever talked about how my chemistry teacher basically blew himself up accidentally once? Because I don't think I've done that on video yet. But yeah, like stuff like that is always going to stick with me. You know, for better and for worse. But that's just kind of how the human experience works, I guess, right? And this doesn't work, by the way, while I'm at it. What am I doing here? Okay, this. I still need like a long piece over there. Otherwise, it's not working. And like even then, I have this piece. It's annoying. Let's reset. Let's just put some random blocks around, and maybe I can see something in just a moment. If I do that, and the long piece, and then this one doesn't fit anymore. And with this one's really terrible to be in any position. But what if I move you around, and then this one obviously doesn't help. Like that. I would need like, I don't have that piece. Could do, that also doesn't really work. Because I need like a piece like that over there, Those pieces sure are unique. And also really annoying to work with. This is actually getting slightly closer. I say slightly, but You know, maybe I'm right about this slightly. Anyway, I guess I get my fan now. I don't know. Do I need like 2 lasers this time around? Or just this one? Because I've not seen a second one if I need one. Also, there's like another waterfall I have to check. You know what? It's time to check that one before I jump over. You know that like those small waterfalls, I still am expecting a star somewhere. Because I've seen like one in the first messenger area, so I would be like not too surprised if like the other 2 areas also hold like a piece. And like the last time we didn't actually find one. But it doesn't change the fact that it might just be there, right? Like sometimes it's just hidden in plain sight and sometimes it's not hidden in plain sight and you're just kinda lost. That's just a weird texture, right? A broken texture at that. Okay. I was just not sure whether I could like jump through that wall or something like that, because, you know, maybe they're going to implement that at some point. We've been in here, yeah, there's nothing. This should be where the monkey's hanging out, yeah. As long as they are enjoying their time, everything is fine, right? That's just the truth. Okay, I guess I'm gonna check out the fortress then. We have a messenger to listen to. And they're probably going to give us more pieces that we technically don't really need. Right? Like, I have gone through the entire game so far without needing any hints, which I am very happy about, right? Like, this is just like an ego thing, right? I have to feel smart by doing that. Is there more? No, this is already open. Okay. Oh, headless statue. A new one. Don't even have an arm. Huh. Okay. This one also looks like a little bit larger than the rest. Like, the previous 2 seemed to be kind of the same, right? Or am I just imagining things? Huh. I mean, we are going to figure that one out in just a moment, right? Like, once I properly inspect it from the inside. But it does seem a bit larger. I did hear some glitches there for a second. But maybe I'm just imagining things. Maybe I'm just too, I guess, conscious of pathways now that I've fallen through one like once before. But alas, I don't see anything. I guess it's time to just check the inside then. Maybe there's something. Quite likely I'm missing something, as always, but that's just, you know, par for the course. This definitely looks different, right? Like last time we couldn't go around. I mean, it's also such a bright area. This is actually really nice. I don't know if this would have been, like, if I had been forced to live on, like, one of those areas, this might be the one I would have gone to. Even though, like, I have extreme fear of heights, but I feel like at some point, heights just kind of convert to some, like, something weird where you don't really understand them anymore. It's like, I don't actually, like, I'm not afraid of flying, for example. But I am afraid of heights larger than, like, 1 meter. So that's something, right? I feel like at some point it just doesn't really process as that anymore, so I don't really care about it. Anyway, we have some text to read. Let's do that first. Uriel again. The purpose of life is to serve the generations to come. We've had that one before, right? I searched this land to serve the glory of Elohim. This is my just reward. Parachiel. Didn't we have those before? Are you just repeating yourself? I swear I won't be as obscure as the rest of them. Yeah, we've definitely had those texts before. Was there like a difference between like 1 and 2 and that the third one just mixes them now? Remember, everything is merely a premise to the grand equation. We've definitely had those before. Let go of your ego and you will perceive eternity? Okay. I have faith in the designer. I'm not sure this was the right idea, but here we go. Surreal war. I just like the war in there. Anyway, let's open up big old puzzle. That's definitely going to be easy. So I'm just gonna randomly put some into some slots, and if it fits, then it fits, and if it doesn't fit, I'm gonna have to move some stuff around. That's not fitting. Oh wait, I would have to put this one in there. It's fine. Close this one off. Close this one off. I need shoes somewhere. I don't have like a long one though, so I can't do that. Do I have a square like that? I don't have a second one though. But I have this one. Wait a second, did I just solve that first try? Thrice holy, reach all of Elohim's messengers. I guess I sure did get an achievement there. Look at you. Getting ready. Out of bed. Just like me. Well, to be fair, I would probably just lay around for like a lot longer. Zkill version 22.2.9814F. Truly. Also, I don't know if I want to step on that one. Seems like a regular grave, you know. What you doing? And goodbye. Right, I guess it's time for me to pick out those pieces. Actually, I have to step on them. And with that, we have like three more of those hints, in total 9. Welcome, child. I am one of those who elected to remain in the world as a messenger of the hidden words. If you ever in need, seek us out and cry for help, and we will do what we can. I mean, I feel like that text is the exact same one that we had before. Also, I guess we're done in this area then. I'm still not sure about, like, stars. Like, I only found, like, one of them in the first area, and it's weird. Okay, let's put it like this. As a game design decision, I think it would be weird to only have one in the very first area and then never again. Which is why I'm still so sure that there should be more to them. I just don't know where they would be. And that's kind of an issue, because I need all of those stars to get, like, the bonus levels? Whatever they may be. But I sure am curious, right? And I kind of want to see. Maybe you don't even need all of the stars, but I feel like you probably need at least the ones that are shown. Or maybe I'm wrong. Because there are technically... No way, we probably need like 10 of them per area. Unless we need 9, because if we need 9, then I definitely know where those pieces are. You have like in the first garden, like in Garden A, in the very first one, in A01, there's one missing. In A02 is one missing, but there's like the other puzzle that I just don't get. There's one in... Wasn't there like one in this area that I missed? And there's one outside, but that would be 4. So I feel like I need 30 in total. Because there's like a good other number that I could like take 3 times to open like all of the gates. Right, like it could be like 9 that you needed, but then you would need 27 of those stars. It could be 10 and you would need 30. It could also just be like 8 or something like that and then have enough already. And they're just like more than you need. Which would be interesting. But yeah, I guess this is the island. Very lovely, you know, very nice, very peaceful, very blinding. This is probably another way to describe it. I don't see any statue parts or anything like that I could pick up. I don't know if I could like jump around to find like something in the underground. If you can even call it like underground, because we are kind of on a floating rock. So I'm not sure about that. Maybe, you know what, we can actually jump down and look back. And we can't actually look on. I thought maybe we would jump further down. That's just a nice rock. A very nice rock. But otherwise I don't see anything I can interact with. To be fair, like sometimes I'm also just too quick when it comes to puzzle games like that, where I'm sometimes trying to be fast for like video's sake, right? And like the sake of my time, which makes me miss obvious things. Or at least like the small details that I should have been appreciating. But alas, that's like kind of the, I guess, the curse of the Let's Play, where sometimes you just can't do it that way. I'm just curious about that rock, which is why I'm like so focused on it. I mean, if I were to hide like a star somewhere, it would probably be like on a rock like that, or like at least like there are 2 types of puzzles, right? Like or like puzzles, I guess. I guess collectibles is a better way to describe that. One of them is about like figuring out a way to reach a place, and the other one is about figuring out how to see something. Right, like when you have like collectibles, either it should be something that's like really obvious, and like obvious where like the final location is, but you need to figure out and really puzzle out where you have to go to reach that place, for example, which are, in my opinion, the more interesting ones. And there's also the thing where you're just like kind of running around until you see something, that kind of deal. Which technically can be a puzzle, right? Like it's kind of the whole issue that I have with like mazes, for example, where yeah, it can be used, but it's oftentimes more I'm not gonna call it lazy, because there's like still a lot of work in there, but it's definitely not my preferred way of doing stuff. Right, like, there is no challenge in running around in circles until you've seen every single place. But there is one if you know, like, where you have to end up, for example. And you have to infer what to do. Which, you know, which is, in my opinion, what a true puzzle should be doing. But I feel like there's nothing to find here. Maybe I'm not looking up enough. But I just don't see it. Which is why I'm just gonna say that this is probably done. And we're going to leave this place. And just see what awaits us back at the land of faith. We're also like at the end of...
Your faith has guided you well, my child. You have overcome every trial in this land and gathered all the sigils.
I mean, yeah, I sure did that, but I don't really care about like the door currently. So what I want to do in the next episode is actually leave. I'm not gonna check out the tower yet, but I do want to check out like all of the other stuff. I'm just making sure, right? Like, I feel like, wasn't there like a star that I missed in one of these areas here? Because like, if that's the case, I might go back to something I did like a lot of episodes ago, where I just like kind of cut around a little bit, and just because this episode isn't like that long yet. And I would just, yeah, there's like a star missing here. Okay, there's at least one star missing here. I'm gonna make like a mental note of that. My goal is to... Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you need 10 of those pieces. And then we have like those blue sigils. I don't know what they are for, but I am so curious, which is why I'm going to leave it at that. I guess my temporary goal is now to go back to the first area. And I'm gonna spend a few minutes just like, you know, just running around basically, looking if I can find something interesting. Also, this is like really, I like the shader, right? Like the brightness, I guess, like the way it looks when you're just looking here. And it's really like this dark tunnel that is being built, and the really bright eternal door. I'm just gonna leave though. Goodbye, eternity. I'm just gonna go back upstairs. I'm not gonna check out the tower. The tower is definitely going to be something for another episode. Today I just want to return to area A, like the A gardens, and check out whether or not I can see the solution to something. That's like a way to formulate that, I guess. I don't see an eye here. Okay, that's important. Because like the A area, as I mentioned, there's still at least a star that I'm missing. Can you see them on here? No. But we have everything in there. Do I have everything in puzzle in B? I don't see anything that's not crossed out, so I'm just gonna assume that I have everything, like from the main sigils at least. So let's go back into area A. We've not been here in such a long time. I'm kind of curious. Ooh, the eye is back. I am really curious to see how, I guess, my understanding of the game has changed the way I'm approaching some of the puzzles there. But hey, let's see. No, it's just the eye. You have nothing to say to me? Interesting. Okay, I guess you're just watching. I feel like this has happened before. Like, sometimes I just assume too much, I guess. But yeah, let's just go down here. You know, it's been so long. Let's just go here together. And see if there's like anything that changed now that I can look at this. Also, I'm still curious about like the purple pieces. Maybe there are actually more purple pieces that I have not found. And maybe there's like a fourth area? I wouldn't know why. But maybe. I mean, we are definitely done here. But I have to like recheck. Like, we have like the star area. I'm gonna do those soon. I might actually do that in the next episode. But we have like this one. This is area 3. This is area 1. Okay, I guess area 3 was the one with the different pillars, right? So I'm going to go into area 1. Now with my understanding how I can especially glitch out of the world, I just wanna see if I can find anything, I guess I wouldn't say like interesting, because like this game, like the whole game has been interesting so far. But I mean more in the sense that I can maybe glitch out. Like last time I was here, I did figure out that I could bring the jammer with me. in parts, but that didn't really help me too much, right? Like I could technically look at things, but didn't really help me too much. Right, like I can always jam things here. If I see something through a door, for example, I could also jam that stuff. So I'm just gonna, you know, run around, and if I find something, you are going to know it. Wait a second. Okay, this is this is near the beginning area. I missed a switch. Wait, did you open that door there? What just changed? Wait a second. There should be cables, right? Where did you go? Over there? I don't see where the cables are going. Was that this gate? Wait a second, do all of those gates? No! Oh, this would have been a hint if I paid attention to that. Oh, also I did glitch 2 of the jammers with me again. Like glitch, I brought them like from the beginning area. Oh, that's interesting. Do we have a lot of statues here? Like I would be surprised if there wasn't like anything important here in the end area, I'm gonna call it. Because if this is... Oh, yeah, okay, there's definitely a star over here. Let's see. I'm kind of curious if they expect me to bring the jammer over here, because I don't see any. So I guess this is just where the last one is. That's really nice. I don't know if I've shown it on the camera how I got the jammers over here, but if you go to the beginning, right, like there's like the ball and the gun, and if you do it right, like you can just bring both of them. Like I left the other one over here, I think. Right, it's like really in the beginning. But that's actually, right, like this is kind of how I did it, right? Like you just go around, there's like a ladder over here to climb back into the beginning. And then you jam the ball, go around the ball, use the other jammer that's like over there to jam the ball again. So you can bring the first one again, jam the turret, get the other jammer again, then you can bring both of them to this side. So this at least was like something new. I'm very happy about having finally found that one, because this has been bothering for so long. Which also means I need to pay more attention to, I guess, those gates, because apparently they can just open every once in a while. I just have to look around. Okay, that's the first one. I'm still gonna spend like 5 minutes on the next area, because it would be amazing if I could finish that up. Which one's missing? Something, just area 3, right? Like I'm just double checking that I'm not missing anything. This one's done, this one's done. This is area 3, right? Yeah, okay. I still believe it has something to do with like those statues, but there's like one other thing that I thought about, and I don't think it's actually correct. And that is we are having like Roman numerals everywhere here, right? And this came up like I'm sometimes playing like a quiz game with like some friends, and it was like about something about Rome, and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't remember that. There's like a mnemonic device that is taught like in German history class. I don't know if it's like everywhere, but like at least where I am, to remember the year that Rome was founded, which is 753 before, or like BC. Yeah, BC. So maybe it's that number. I will just have to find 7 and 5 and 3. Okay, nothing happened. To be fair, I'm really not sure what they want me to do here. I feel like this might be related to the puzzle. Maybe this is an Easter egg. Maybe because we have like this one, right? Like MCMLXIX. What was it? Like 1,100? No, it's 1,969, which is like the year of the moon landing, right? So this is why this is here, but because there was like some text over here that talked about it, but it's broken, right? Like I used the QR code scanner to read that one. And this one here. I don't think this is a Liften path. I can't even read that properly. I don't know if this is related. It might be, just because this is the only thing that I can see. Maybe if I think about it again, I might figure it out. This is also where I wrote something. Yep, there are other people who did undertake those trials. I just think it's really funny to put those everywhere. I am going to look around once more, in case that this is just like an Easter egg, if you can figure it out. Maybe there's like something else that's like a very important number to, what was the Crow team who developed this? That would be interesting, because otherwise I have like no idea. If this is just like an Easter egg, right, it would be kind of unfair to have this one like a main puzzle. But otherwise I'm just gonna, again, look around. If I find a star, I'm gonna find it. If I don't find one in 5 minutes, then I'm just gonna end the episode here, right? So let me just go through, and maybe I find like a gate I could open. How did I forget about you? I literally am hearing you. I just didn't see it. I was like thinking that it was like somewhere else. I guess this hole, was that hole important? Maybe it was. I don't recall. Okay, I have to say, I've been running around a lot. I've been solving some of the puzzles again. I just don't see a solution. I mean, as it wasn't a year, it might be related to something with the moon landing, but I tried like some of the numbers, so I'm still really confused about it. I could also just wait until like they glitch and then click all the glitchy ones, but I don't know. It's like the only other idea that I still have, and I don't think that's how the glitching works. I mean, I can technically run around here like once or twice and see if anything glitches while I'm, you know, nearby. This one glitched like a little bit, right? But like not fully. I can expect there to be like something more if that's the case. But yeah, like I don't see it. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna end it here, I guess. And I feel like this is too far-fetched. I don't know if this is related. Maybe this is going to drain the water or something like that, and then show me like another area where I can get like a star. I have not seen a star, I guess. This is like how I would put it. I have not seen any star running around here. And I've done so like multiple times, both today and like in my previous attempts. And I also don't see like an easy way to glitch out. Right, like the best thing, I can technically go up here, but like I don't even see anything that I would go for outside. There might just be something really obvious that I'm missing. Not too unlikely. I mean, I've missed so like the first star for so long that I wouldn't be surprised if it's just like something obvious. It might be related to this puzzle that I don't get. If it's like something I would have to Google, then that would kind of suck. Let's be honest, it would be nice if it was something like inside, but if it's just like an Easter egg, I don't really care, right? It's like something else. I could just press random buttons again. Probably nothing. Because I don't think I can... I mean, technically this could be like a sundial, right? And this one would be... It's just that there's like the teleport exactly there, so... I guess this direction would be probably this one? Does that change the sun somehow? I don't think so. Right, like, I don't see it. So I'm just gonna randomly click, and I don't think this is quite what they would want me to do. I hope, right? Like, I don't think pressing random buttons until you get a solution is that fun, especially because it's like 12 times 11 times 10. It's a lot, right? It's like at least in the thousands of combinations that you would have to check, and that just isn't fun, let's be honest. Unless like the order doesn't matter, which could also be a possibility, but even then I wouldn't know the solution. In any case, I'm just gonna end it here. Next time, unless I like explicitly suddenly realize like a solution for this one, I am going to go for the star puzzles in this area. Like if I leave here, I'm going to go for those. I still want to climb the tower, and I think that this is kind of what I want to do at the end. I first want to check out like a few more of those puzzles. I want to know what those areas are about, which is why we're going to do them next time. But I don't have the time for that today. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye-bye.